when you think you've seen it all in boxing. Sabalenka being crowned champion, once again showing the world why he is the greatest. Left hook on the temple, unbelievable.
We start with a special showcase bout.
It's an absolute monster of a lightweight. What a moment! A history-making goal!
She wasn't going for goal, but she'll happily accept it.
It's gone all the way through, and look at this! Chewinga! Did you dare write Barcelona off?
The career of one of the all-time greats is all but over.
Nice comeback.
Uma oportunidade de dizer alguma coisa que eu acho que nunca disse.
NFL Game Pass is now exclusively on DAZN.
Let's get this thing going.
Watch every game, plus the playoffs and Super Bowl. It's your all-access pass.
That's how you fight a southpaw. Well on his way to coming back.
Italia does it again. Look at the emotion. All right, it's me. I'm the centre of attention, not that. Although, that is beautiful, isn't it? The fountains here in Boulevard City. All right, so today is day 3, which means it is press conference day, which also means we're 2 days away from 5 versus 5, ladies and gentlemen. And this is the last chance for the mind games to begin. Who is going to talk some smack? Who is going to run and cowardly hide away? I think nobody. So this should be fun. Press conference starts now.
Live on DAZN worldwide.
June 1st, 5v5.
This is everything.
5 of my best. Bang, bang.
5 of my best.
You prepare yourself. There's going to be a war.
And we take no prisoners, fellas. We've got the best 5 fighters.
Queensberry better than Matchroom. You are having a bubble bath, Frankie.
Victory shall be ours.
Right, boys.
This is everything.
We want to win this.
Only one result required. Victory. This is it. This is the moment. Live on DAZN worldwide.
Absolutely magnificent. 5 versus 5 is fast approaching, people. Just 2 more sleeps away. Today, day 3, is press conference day, and I think it's going to be very interesting. I really do. As always, I'm joined by Barry Jones and Darren Barker, 2 former world champions. And Daz, I think a couple of the fighters are going to kick off here. I feel like Willie Hutchinson and Craig Richards are going to say a few words. And surprise, surprise, I think Nick Ball and Raymond Ford might go at each other as well.
Yeah, Craig and Willie for sure. That's nailed on. There's going to be a few words said, but I'm hoping we hear passion, excitement, and
hopefully for most of these confidence, because this is a big stage. This is a big stage. It means an awful lot for all of these fighters to progress in their career and ultimately be part of the winning team.
Yeah, Deontay Wilder's an interesting one as well, isn't he? Because usually, you look at all the other press conferences, apart from the one where he wore headphones against Tyson Fury, he speaks, he goes for it. Will he go for it against Zhang?
I think he will this time. I think you know, we saw the emotion in him when he came up on the stage yesterday, and I think that's the Deontay Wilder we need. That when he's emotional, I think he reacts better. It makes him an angrier fighter, which makes him a more constructive and destructive fighter.
Yeah, aside from the fighters, the promoters might go at each other. I think Eddie's been waiting to have his stage on stage with Frank Warren. Frank's probably been waiting for Eddie Hearn as well. Are you expecting to see something between those
yeah,
two?
100%. When you've got Eddie Hearn, he's the biggest wind-up merchant out there. It'll all be tongue-in-cheek. You talk about confidence, passion and excitement. That's what we're going to see from the promoters. This is massive. You know, you heard Eddie and the VT there, the video, saying this is everything. For both of these promoters, it really is. Bragging rights is huge here.
Yeah, look, the mind game thing's always been a part of boxing. Some fantastic people can wind you up. Bernard Hopkins was fantastic. Floyd Mayweather, Tyson Fury. When you look at this stage, do you look at anyone that will be thinking that, okay, like, I need to get into the other person's mind? Is there any wind-up merchant on stage there?
I think potentially there could be, but I'm not quite sure. I think it all boils down to some of these fighters is coping with the pressure of a big occasion. I think Deontay Wilder's nailed on. He's been in a big occasion before. He's going to be fine. He'll try. I think the others, a lot of the others, they've been in big fights, not huge occasions. And I think that's where the pressure tells. We say that all the time. Skill is everything. But if you have all that skill, you can't cope with the pressure of a big fight, or the public, or TV, or whatever it may be, you crumble, you know, and you're just a talented fighter who didn't have that X factor. And I think we'll find out certainly on Saturday who has that.
I think the middleweights might want to try and plant a seed, because the next fight potentially could be for a world title, and neither quite know yet if they're ready for that next step. And I think one of those, or either both, might be trying to let the other one know, I'm ready. This is my moment. I am the experienced one here. I'm the one who's going to push on and be the world champion. I think it might be that fight, the middleweights between Ammo Williams.
Yeah, I feel like Willie Hutchinson's already taken on the mantle of the wind-up merchant here, right? I mean, he's probably come into this as probably the underdog. You know, you look at the fights and you think 50-50, then you look at this one and think this could be the 60-41. And I think he's thought, you know what, I'm going to try and wind up Craig Richards, but we've never seen him wound up before, and see if it works for him or doesn't, Baz.
But he tried that, and I generally don't think it's worked, and I don't think it will work. I think you know, Craig came up here, he's so confident of a man he is, and rightly so, because he's the man who's boxed at a higher level. Even though with some defeats, he showed himself that he can compete at that level, so he feels like he's the boss, he's in charge. But Willie, to be fair, will continue to try this, continue to try and push the buttons, and hopefully, and he needs that advantage to try and get under Craig's skin, to get Craig to lose his shape.
You know, I think Craig needs it as well, man. Sorry, Darren, I think Craig needs it. I mean, one thing we've all said about Craig is the talent is clearly there, but he can be a bit laid back. And maybe he needs this fire to come out in him.
Yeah, look, I'm pretty sure this will extract that extra percentage. We've said it, and I've said it an awful lot. Tempo, tempo, pace, pace. Be busy, because when he goes through the gears, he's a real joy to watch and a very hard man to beat. Will Willie Hutchinson be that man to get that percentage out of him? Cannot wait for that one.
I really hope so, just for the sake of entertainment and TV. The press conference will be split into two today. Dimitri Bivol versus Malik Zinad will be the first press conference, and then it will be the 5 versus 5. Malik Zinad looked fantastic at the open workout, looked confident. It's approaching though, isn't it? And I do wonder if the fear factor might start coming, or maybe just rises to the occasion.
Yeah, I think you look at it, he's got nothing to lose, and he hasn't. No one expects him to win. He's an unknown quantity. He knows undefeated, and he looks like an awkward fighter to box against. But he is up against the top 5 or 6 pound per pound in the world, maybe more. So you know, he'll maybe in the changing room, not now in the changing room, might realise, poof, this is not just a big test. This is everything, and you can crumble under that, or you can still have that same mindset: is I got nothing to lose here. I just go out, do my best, whatever happens, I'll do my best. You know, I get a bit of credit, and sometimes with that, and boxing is littered with it. underdogs overperforming, favourites underperforming, and the tables being turned.
You know I hate talking about myself, but I'm going to anyway.
Go ahead, Darren.
When I fought Sergio Martinez, who was a huge favourite, I went into that fight so relaxed. The weight of the world off on my shoulders, all the pressure was on Sergio Martinez, and I enjoyed it, if I'm honest. But what happened when the first bell went is I gave too much respect.
Yeah.
Will Zinad give too much respect to Bivol, who is a classy operator, performed at the highest of levels? That's my only concern. He may go in there, shoulders back, relaxed, and no pressure on him, but will he give up too much pressure? Respect.
Yeah, what about Dimitri Bivol? Obviously, look, as you mentioned there, pound for pounder, this was supposed to be his night, supposed to be main event here, headlining, undisputed fight, as big as Tyson Fury versus Alexander Usyk against Beterbiev. Where's his mindset at right now?
Yeah, I think that's a real danger because he was having the fight of his life, wasn't he, against Beterbiev, and that was going to be the fight that elevated him to the king of his division. So there is a motivation factor issue here, and rightly so. He wanted to fight and keep busy, very important. But we all know what Bill. We've seen him enough. You're in love with him, of course, but we've seen him enough to know. But to know that he is a true professional. Yeah. He'll train diligently, he'll get it right. But as Darren said, about that respect, he might just think, well, this is a guaranteed win for me. I just got to go in and do what I do. But you've got to make sure you don't go in complacent and get caught with a shot.
That's the flip side,
Look, if he gets caught and hurt, and we haven't really seen that, what happens then? Does he unravel or start to panic and think, I haven't trained as hard? Because you can go through the process of the physicality of training, but the mental side is important. So when you get in the wrong date and it turns to be a hard fight you thought, you have that will to fight through. So when you're training for a big fight, you have that mentality. But sometimes fighters below your level, you don't train with the same intensity, even though you are super fit. Does that make any sense?
It does, and it's a completely different style as well. Malik Zinad doesn't fight like Artur Beterbiev. No. You're going in there against Beterbiev, a knockout artist. Zinad, you're going in there against a clone of yourself, really, but a lower level clone, if you like, a boxer, in a sense. I always thought of Bivol, and look, you guys know how much I love a Bivol. I always thought maybe he fights to his opponent's level a bit as well. We saw that against Lyndon Arthur, we saw that against Craig Richards. 2 fights he went there and as a massive favourite but couldn't get the job done in terms of knockout and dominating them. And against really high level guys, he goes up, doesn't he? Gilberto Ramirez and Canelo. Is there a danger that he fights to Zinad's level in this and carries Zinad for a few rounds?
Possibly. I'm sure he still gets the job done, but that's what experience is. Realising that you've done that in the past and moving on and better yourself. So I'd like to think that he can look back at those performances where he's been a little complacent, think, I won't do that next time, I can't afford to do that. It's the hurt business. You've got to stay switched on for every second.
See, I don't think he cares. I feel like, I know Alexander Usyk, you say, do you think you got the stoppage? And he says, maybe, but I'm not in it for that. I mean, it's a win. And I think he's that same ilk. As long as I win. So, to be impressive for you guys, for me, I think the way he looks there, I just got to keep winning and not take any punishment. Like the Mayweather scenario, as long as I keep winning, I'll keep getting the opportunities. I think he's that sort of fighter.
Well, what we're seeing there is the last few fights as well, and they've all gone the distance. And I would just like to see him just go through the gears a little bit more.
There is a few more, isn't there?
There is a few more. Like we see against Lyndon Arthur. When he did go through the gears, any minute here, he's going to get the stoppage. But he just took his foot off the gas. It's like he doesn't want to make this sport any harder than he has to. But it's there in abundance. Talent is through the roof.
He did it against Ramirez. We were ringside, but you were we were all ringside, of course. I thought he was busy in that fight, and he looked brilliant, didn't he? After coming off that Canelo win, where it made him a real big name, he beat the biggest name in the world boxing. And I thought he knows now that he has to entertain, and he can do it and still be safe, and still be clever. And against Ramirez, he did that, and I thought he turned the corner. But then he got that mentality where I don't care, win, win, win. That's all that matters.
Yeah, and he's a bit spiteful against Ramirez as well.
Yeah.
He really tried to hurt him, and hopefully again, Zinad might not like me saying this. Hopefully he tries to hurt Zinad as well in this, because I do want to see Bivol enter that Beterbiev fight, be really as good as he can be, and I think we'll get it. We are just waiting for the fighters to take their seats in here, so we're only a couple of minutes away from me throwing it to Thomas Triber. Very quickly, Nick Ball, Raymond Ford. Obviously, it's the only world title fight on the 5 versus 5. And again, a lot of people saying this might be the hardest one to pick in terms of both of them elite level fighters. Raymond Ford, just maybe for both of you?
For me, yeah, but I'm going back and forth. Styles make fights. There's part of me that thinks Nick Ball is all wrong. mental forward with his pressure, his presence, his non-stop attitude, his commitment to a fight. And then I think the slick rhythm fighter with the quick hands and quick feet of Raymond Ford may be all wrong for Nick Ball. This is the one I'm really struggling with, Bally.
Yeah, it should be a good one. And we are now ready to kick off the press conference. Remember, it is Bivol versus Zinad first, then it's the 5 versus 5. Thomas Treiber is standing by, so let's throw it down to your MC.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the press conference for 5 versus 5, a great night of World Championship Boxing this Saturday, live from Kingdom Arena in Riyadh, Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. It is all being brought to you by Frank Warren on behalf of Queensberry Promotions and Eddie Hearn for Matchroom Boxing, in association with Riyadh Season, National Event Center, the General Entertainment Authority, GIA, Gold Star Promotions, and Sella. This great event will be shown worldwide on DAZN pay-per-view and in the UK on TNT Sports Box Office and DAZN. Let's get things started and welcome our first 2 fighters competing this Saturday in a 12-round contest, and it will be for both the WBA and IBO light heavyweight championships of the world. Let's first welcome the challenger, Malik Zinad.
شوية وقتلوا في الوادي شوية وقت ترجع لما لقت لي بعدي أمي تحكي بخيالي بقيت الدنيا تعدي تقصد ربي ترجع قد نحلم كيف يتحقق مش عمري تشوف الناس عليا تصفق.
And he is joined by his manager, Noman Ali.
يبدو الدنيا ربي يعفو نرقد نحلم كيف يتحقق نصبح راقد كان جا تيجي تطبق قمت نجري انفضت حجري ندق في البيبان ديني يبني العقل.
And now let's welcome the defending world champion, Dimitri Bivol. And he is joined by his manager, Vadim Kornilov. Let's welcome the promoters, Mr. Frank Warren of Queensberry and Mr. Eddie Hearn of Matchroom. And now here is your host, Mr. Dev Sani.
Thank you very much, Thomas Treiber. You should get a clap as well, Thomas. Well done, Thomas. Thomas Treiber. Well, welcome back to, quite simply, the home of big-time boxing. We are back in Riyadh for yet another iconic fight night right here on Saturday. It is Queensberry versus Matchroom. It is 5 versus 5. It is Frank Warren versus Eddie Hearn. One of the most intense, bitter, hate-filled rivalries that we've ever seen in sport has spilled over. Both promoters have picked 5 of their very best and are trusting them to get the ultimate bragging rights. Now, as you can see, today's very much a 2-part press conference, and we'll be speaking to the 5 versus 5 fighters very shortly. But we've also got a cracking light heavyweight world title fight. The unbeaten Dimitri Bivol was scheduled to fight for undisputed on this show. He was meant to take on Artur Beterbiev. Unfortunately, Beterbiev had to pull out, and that fight has been postponed. But out of the chaos came opportunity. For this man here, unbeaten Malik Zinad, got the call, took the call, and is here to change his life and at the same time wreck the undisputed dream of Dimitri Bivol. It is Bivol versus Zinad, and it's this Saturday night, all part of this fantastic show. Now, before we speak to the top table, I'd like to take a moment to thank those who are making these historic events possible. We would like to express our heartfelt thanks, firstly to the custodian of the 2 holy mosques, King Salman bin Abdulaziz. And to His Royal Highness, the Crown Prince, Mohammed bin Salman. and of course to His Excellency the Chairman of GIA, Turki Al-Sheikh. Okay, well, let's start with Hall of Fame boxing promoter Frank Warren. It's still a great fight between two unbeaten light heavyweights. It's not the one that was scheduled initially, but a real fascinating fight with the man very hungry to your left and the world champion Dimitri Bivol.
It certainly is. But before we start, would you mind, gentlemen and ladies, please keeping it down, because we want to hear what everybody's got to say. So, we've got two undefeated fighters here, you know, and we lost a great fight, but I think we've got now another great fight. We've got in Malik, a guy who is hungry. He's used to boxing away from home. He went to Australia, beat Jerome Pampalone and done it in style. And as they say, he's 18-0 now, and he's taking on Dimitri, who for me is one of the best fighters around. 22-0, both of them got perfect records, but obviously some are going to lose this fight. It's a great opportunity, and I've seen on many occasions last-minute substitutes come in, seize the moment, seize the day, and seize the title. So, Malik, it's there for you to be done.
Yes.
One thing's for sure, we got a good fight, a great fight, and that's before we get on to the 5v5.
Thank you very much, Frank. Eddie Hearn, let's bring you in here. Of course, you really wanted your man Dimitri Bivol to do a number on Artur Beterbiev, but focus very much has had to shift.
Yeah, I think good evening, everybody, and of course, thank you and echo your words. Thank you, of course, to the Crown Prince and His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh for another incredible moment here in the Kingdom. I mean, it was just 2 weeks ago since the undisputed heavyweight world championship. I don't think there was anyone that tuned in around the world or was here in the Kingdom that won't remember that moment for the rest of their lives. And to be coming here with Dimitri's fight and the 5v5 just shows you the appetite for big time boxing here in Saudi Arabia. This fight is horrible when you get the dreaded call. You know, the undisputed fight, all of a sudden Artur Beterbiev has another injury and he's out of the fight. At that point, you look for a credible fight. You look at the World Championship ratings. You look for a guy that's going to come with the hunger to, as you said, Dev, change his life. Malik Zinad is a guy who's been mentioned to me so many times over the years. Wow, we've got this kid in the gym. He's dangerous. Someone needs to sign him. He even reached out to me on a number of occasions. And when I saw him with that fantastic victory in Australia against an Australian in an eliminator in his backyard, I thought, this guy's fit. I know he's hungry, and I know he'll give fight fans an incredible fight. So we made the call, and I'm so pleased that Malik Zinad gets this opportunity, a life-changing opportunity for him. And he's a dangerous, dangerous man. Unfortunately for him, he's coming up against the absolute number one at 175 pounds in Dimitri Bivol, a guy that beat the pound-for-pound number one, Canelo Alvarez, the guy that many believe is the man to beat Artur Beterbiev, but that's irrelevant. All he has to do on Saturday night is take care of Malik Zinad. It's not an easy fight. Malik's a quality fighter, a quality operator, but this man's a true professional. And as we said, the 5v5 is going to be unbelievable. But this is a real top quality World Championship fight as well for your entertainment.
Thank you very much, Eddie. Let's head over to the Malik Zinad part of the table. Let's start with the manager, Noman Ali. What an opportunity for your man here. Tell us a little bit about how it came about and how you're feeling. Is he ready?
Absolutely, yeah. So, first of all, thank you, Eddie, Frank, His Excellency, Turki Al-Sheikh, for this incredible opportunity. Thank you to the Hosni Bey Group, Raed and Rayan, for their continuous support of Malik over the years. And thank you to our team, Abdul, Mu'ayyiz, Ayub, for their continuous support as well of the team. Malik's ready. He's been dreaming of this moment his entire life. We've spoken about this moment many, many times, and it's here. He's coming off the back of a great win in Australia, as you guys have already said, against an undefeated at the time, Jerome Pampalone, who had 3 first-round KOs, and we went over there and did a job on him. It's been a short but intense camp in London with Will Jones in Essex, where he's trained like never before. So we saw the opportunity. I think at 3 o'clock in the morning, I saw that Beterbiev had had been injured, and immediately, you know, the phones were going, the emails were going, and we made this fight happen quickly. I did speak to Malik, and you know, I asked him, you know, are you sure you want this fight? You've just fought in Australia around a week ago. He just said, send me the contract. No details, no nothing. Like, I've been waiting for this fight. He's been waiting for Bivol. We knew one day he would face Bivol, and it's here. So we're ready to seize the opportunity and shock the world.
Thank you very much, Noman Ali. Let's speak to Vadim Kornilov on the Dmitry Bivol side of the table. Vadim, just talk us through the initial disappointment of one fight falling through, and then getting this man in who is young, hungry, and dangerous. Talk to us about it.
We had a very good camp. We were, you know, very close to getting to the undisputed fight. And at the same time, you know, you can't call it a disappointment, because for us it's just important to make sure that we're busy and, you know, Dmitry's fighting, and we didn't waste all that time in camp and not have a fight. And I just want to say that we really appreciate the whole team. You know, Eddie Hearn, Matchroom, who's been with us since the beginning, World of Boxing, Andre Rubinsky. They always take care of us whenever there's an issue, you know, like this one. It's all about just making sure that there's a fight. And right now we've got this June 1st event, which is really an obstacle to getting to the undisputed fight, and we're very focused on this fight. I want to make sure that everybody who's involved in the show knows that this is not an easy fight. I've heard some things in the press being said that this is, you know, just another fight for Dmitry, not worth watching. You know, Dmitry will just take care of it. But every fight at this level is dangerous, and we want, you know, I want to make sure that people understand that Malik Zinad took this fight on 1 month notice, and we appreciate that, we respect that, and he will do everything he can to take away the opportunity, to seize the opportunity, and take what Dmitry has on the table for him after this fight. But we're staying focused, staying as hungry as possible, and making sure that Dmitry's ready. Thank you, Eddie. Thank you, His Excellency Turki Al Sheikh. Thank you, Riyadh, and everybody in Saudi Arabia. We really appreciate the support.
And thank you, Vadim. Let's speak to the challenger, Malik Zinad. I've been speaking to you for a couple of years. You've seen me at a few events, and you always tell me the same thing. I will be world champion soon. Make no mistake about it. Well, here you are, 48 hours away from the opportunity of a lifetime. Tell us what's going on in your head.
Hello, طبعا I'm happy I'm here in Saudi. Thank you for welcome me here, and thank you for the table all here here in Frankfurt. And this is dream, guys. This dream, the dream come true. I dream since 10 years ago. I dream for this moment, and now it's happening. You know, so it's gonna be huge. 1st of June. I'm ready to fight. So I'll be surprised in 1st of June for sure.
Malik, you posted on your Instagram that there will be an earthquake in the light heavyweight division. I've seen a few of your interviews. You've said you want Bivol's blood. You have mean intentions for Saturday night.
Yes, because that's what I fight. I fought really hard. I fight to have a blood, you know, let me say. I don't need to fight to play there. Me and him, he's going there to fight. I'm going there to fight. We don't play there, so it's going to be blood. My last fight was all blood, yeah? I say it. This fight is going to be more blood than the last fight. So more hard, more punches, more stuff. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be war, guys. Don't miss this. Don't miss this for sure. And thank you for everybody for supporting me, believing me, and thank you, Mali, Turki Sheikh. Thank you everybody for this opportunity, and you will see something performance in this fight. They'll be like, what is? I could be world champion a long time ago, but this is the chance now to be world champion. Now I'm gonna be world champion soon. So if God willing, I will make it 1st of June.
Okay, thank you, Malik Zinad. Let's bring in Dmitry Bivol here, the world champion, WBA and IBO. You've just heard from Malik Zinad. He sounds hungry. He sounds ready. How has the preparation gone, shifting from Beterbiev to Malik Zinad?
First of all, hello everybody, and I want to say thank you, my team, my promoters, Eddie Hearn, World of Boxing promotion, for my career, for this opportunity to fight here, and of course thank you Saudi, and thank you Turki Al Sheikh, because today I could sit at home and watch the show on TV, but they made this fight, and of course thank you thank you to Malik Zinad team, because they took this fight just 1 month, and they took this fight. Thank you, guys. Yeah, Malik, he's not easy guy, how people think. He's hungry, he believes in himself, and it makes me more excited to fight him. And he's confident, and he never lost, and it makes me more excited again. Don't miss this fight, June 1st, and I hope I will keep my belts and I will move forward. Thank you.
Dimitri, just quickly, are you expecting an aggressive fight from Malik Zinad? He says he wants your blood. What are you expecting?
Every time when I'm going in the ring, I'm expecting everything, and we have different plans, different strategies. It depends on how fight will goes on. We could change. This is boxing. This is professional boxing. You should change. You should change in your training camp when you are preparing to better beef, and then you have to prepare to Zinad. You have to change fast, and the same in the ring. In the first round you could play, and the second round it could be aggressive fight, and you have to be ready, and I'm ready for everything.
Okay, fantastic stuff. Dimitri Bivol is ready, Malik Zinad is ready. We're going to get them to face off now down the front, and then we'll be back very shortly for the 5 versus 5. Thank you very much.
That was fun. That was enjoyable there. And by the way, Malik Zinad's got a few fans here as well. And, you know, I like that. I like the way he sounds. He sounds confident, gents. He's not come here just to make up the numbers. He's come here to win that WBA and IBO belt.
Yeah, he's letting Bivol know, you're in a fight. Don't worry about this. He said, blood, guts, it's going to be worse than my last fight. We see the last fight, and there was plenty of it. This is what this fight needed. Bivol needs this as well, I think, you know, knowing that he's got a live, hungry challenger in front of him. Brilliant, brilliant contest.
It really is, isn't it? And look, Bivol wants someone that's coming here to try and take those belts. You don't want someone just going to come and lay down after you land a couple. He wants the rounds.
What he doesn't want is a negative fighter who's just going to flick a jab and run away. He doesn't want that sort of fight, but that makes it a real boring fight, and he's got to force the pace. He wants a fighter coming on to him. He can show his skills, and it's a more exciting fight. We don't have to really go through too many gears. So, but Zinad's saying all the right things you need to say as a challenger.
What's he doing? Touching the belt. Cheeky, cheeky. You know what? I like this guy. And look, what we've had so far in Riyadh season is finding and unearthing fighters that maybe a lot of the casual fight fans don't know. We might have another one.
Yeah, look, who knows? There's been funnier things happening in this sport. There's history on the line for Zinad here. The first Libyan world champion. That's massive. Got the weight of the nation on his shoulders, pushing him through this. Brilliant contest.
Yeah, one press conference down, another to go. But stick with us on DAZN because we are the global home of boxing.
Yes, how are we, people? Hope you're all comfy, because DAZN's got your night sorted. And that's not just tonight, chaps. No, have a little look at this blinding schedule here on DAZN.
That's right, it's a blinding schedule.
You don't need to go down your local and wait for it all to kick off. No, stick your feet up, bang on DAZN, and be captivated by over 150 fights available to you.
We got all day, right?
We've got some absolute crackers. What about Frank versus Eddie? Yes, I know they're all BFFs now, but the feud will reignite for the big one on June the 1st, baby, in the 5 versus 5.
You're going to find out who the governor is.
Time and a place. Let's go.
And with Wilder and Zhang topping it off, you're in for an absolute treat.
Bang, bang. Bomb squad!
But of course, that's only 2 cracking fight nights. I said over 150, didn't I? So as about a bit of Estrada band, Matthias Paro, Boots Crowley, Fisher Babbage, Denny Cash, lovely stuff.
Get up!
Oh, and by the by, bit of inside knowledge for you, but there's lots of others to be announced very soon that you won't want to miss. Oh yes, and we ain't just got your boxing schedule covered, people. No, watch the greatest golfers tee off for all the marbles on the Live Tour. Oh yes.
I bloody love golf.
What'd you say? So for more than 150 fights in the very best of sports, DAZN has got you covered. Stick around.
Booyakasha. Booyakasha indeed. By the way, in the last 24 hours, we've had the small matter of the rematch confirmed. Tyson Fury and Alexander Usyk getting on again. December 21st, Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. Very quickly, gents, what do you make of that, Baz? You first?
Good. Rematch clauses usually drag on for 18 months, and it rules everyone else's ability to fight for the world title. a quick turnaround is perfect. And if it's anywhere near as good as the first fight, we're in for another treat.
Yeah, there's plenty of rematches that you don't want to see. This is one I certainly do. It's a brilliant fight. It will live up round 13, that's for sure.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of fight fans have round 9 in their head, where it went really bad for Tyson without looking at the other rounds where he had some good success. And he'll watch that fight back and think, a few adjustments and I might be able to get a W.
I think discipline. I think he switched off. I think he was at a canter, he was enjoying himself, he was moving too much showboat, and I don't know what you think, Barry. I think he just got to switch on more up here.
But I also think he has to do that to be relaxed, to get the beauty of his work. I think without that, he's too rigid, so when he does that, that means that he's best. But it was the fight we thought, if Usyk would win, it was the fight we thought. He forced you to work hard. It didn't look like Fury was tiring, but obviously he was, and then he always goes to work in the second half of the fight, and he did that, and that's why he won the fight.
Anyway, look, several months worth of talking to go for that one, so going to be so many build-up shows, so many round tables, so many face-offs, everything as we are going again, and it should be a fantastic rematch. All right, let's focus on the 5 versus 5. They are getting the stage ready behind us. We are going to have all 10 fighters on stage, and I'm not a troublemaker, but I hope it kicks off. I hope a table gets flipped over, and I hope it really kicks off.
And that might happen. Like I say, a lot of passion, a lot of excitement, a lot of confidence, and a lot of fighters there that want to get one over their opponent.
Yeah, let me remind you very quickly of the scoring system as well. Remember, you guys at home can get involved in this. Team captains, so Hamza Sharaz and Deontay Wilder, have the ability to get 4 points. If they both get knockouts, it's 4 points. If you get a draw, 0 point. We don't want to see no draws at all. Like what I did there, I've got a Eurovision contest thing, 0 point. You got it?
Yeah, it was fantastic.
Yeah, 0 point. 1 point for a decision and 2 points for a knockout. So there you go, you can see it on the screen in front of us, and hopefully it all goes down to the final fight. That's what I want to see. I want it all to go down to Wilder having to knock out Zhang for Matchroom to win.
I want to see it get to the mid stages and then see Frank and Eddie go in the corners, put pressure on the fighters, and the trainers to tell them to get, and a big row in the changing rooms. Get out, it's nothing to do with you, and you got to win this for us. And
this is reality TV, don't you think this is Big Brother or something?
Well, I think with the team aspect, it turns into that, doesn't it?
It does a bit. I've either got it 5-3 Matchroom or potentially 4-all.
You can't keep all this or that.
But there's a couple, like we said, they're 50-50. I'm struggling. So I've got Ford beating Ball, 1 point. Okay, I think that goes.
Oh, you're giving us it?
Oh, look,
you can wait till tomorrow if you want. You want to give us it now?
I'm not sure about this Hamza Sharaz ammo again, but let's say Hamza uses his advantages, captain 2 points.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, 2-1. I've then got Craig Richards beating Willie Hutchinson.
How?
Points.
Points, okay, so that's 2-2.
Yeah.
Oh, no, is that 3-1 or 2-2?
No, it works out 5-3.
Okay.
Then I've got Wilder beating Zhang. 2 points there.
Oh, decision.
Decision.
Oh,
I think
that goes to points.
I think there's going to be some fireworks in the fight, but I think he's just going to be a bit busier. I think he can move. I think he might frustrate Zhang at times. So I've got 5-3 Matchroom, but there's a couple there that could make it 4-all.
A couple. Baz, what's your score?
Yeah, I think Matchroom win 3 of the 5 fights. But I think Queensberry win the tournament by a point or 2.
I love that, keeping everyone happy.
Yeah, no,
so it's a Matchroom, you win it.
No,
but points-wise, you lose it.
But I think Queensberry, because I got a feeling that Sharaz gets the stoppage over Ammo Williams because I think they both commit. I do. But I wouldn't be shocked if Ammo knocks out Sharaz either. But I just think that Sharaz might catch him coming onto a shot like later into the fight. I think that's a fantastic fight and really a real risky fight for both.
I was going to give you my scores, but time's up, so I
can't. You'll change anyway by tomorrow.
Let's throw it down to your MC, Thomas Schreiber.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, let's welcome our 5 versus 5 participants. First, representing Matchroom, Craig Spider Richards.
Real bad man, I'm a girl in a shot. Straight jeans, cut off foot parts. Everybody have the arms when we get my glance. Everybody have the arms when we get my glance. The leather hard, the sweat soft. Toothbrush get out the dust fast. Everybody have the arms when we get my glance.
Savage Ford.
Now I'm ready to run. I'm the king of the zone. I just entered the game and I'm going to have time with a whole lot of points. I finished school, mama had nothing to say. Still got up, I got it either way. Took time out for the train, my face. Full games of that, I don't say anything. My mind being a cinema. Control the compound and I am you. Got my mess and power.
Austin Ammo Williams.
Turn my music high,
I'm ready to get rid of it.
Sure I do. I'm from the streets with a hood to swallow on me. Bullets to follow on me. There's so much that you can run the slalom. When cops corners, top to bottom. They say that we are prone to violence, but it's home sweet home. With personalities flashing, chrome meets chrome. Prices up and down like this
El Animal Hrgovic.
That keeps going this way, I just might break your face tonight.
The bronze bomber, DEONTAY WILDER.
Don't call it a comeback. I've been here for years. I'm rocking my peers. Put souls in fear. Making the tears. Rain down like a monsoon. Listen to the bass go boom, explosion. Overpowering. All the competition. I'm towering. Wrecking shop. When I drop these lyrics that'll make you call the cops. Don't you dare stare. You better move. Don't ever compare me to the rest that are all get sliced and diced. Competition paying the price.
And now, representing Team Queensberry, Willie the Hutch Train Hutchinson.
Abusing my mama, kissing the girl. Confusion occurs coming up in the cold world.
Nick the Wrecking Ball. Hamza Sharaz.
I've got you under my skin. I've got you deep in the heart of me. So
Triple D, Daniel Dynamite Dubois. ZHILEI, Big Bang Zhang. Let's now welcome International Boxing Hall of Fame ring announcer, Mr. Michael Buffer.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming and welcome to the final press conference for 5 versus 5. Now, just 12 days ago, the entire world witnessed for the first time in 25 years the crowning of an undisputed, undefeated heavyweight champion of the world. So how do you follow that up? Well, you put together another great card of boxing here in Riyadh in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. 5 versus 5, 10 fighters. Each of these 5 fights would stand up as a main event on another card. And you're going to see them all at once, plus one of the pound-for-pound best fighters in the world defending his light heavyweight world championship. So who was responsible for picking each fighter and bringing them into this? Well, let's meet the promoters. They are two of the most prolific and productive promoters in the world of boxing today. Ladies and gentlemen, first up to the stage, please welcome the head of Matchroom Boxing, Mr. Eddie Hearn. I get to say opponent this time. From the International Boxing Hall of Fame, once again, he is the head of Queensberry Promotions, Mr. Frank Warren! It's not too often I get to introduce the promoters like with a fighter's introduction like that. But ladies and gentlemen, speaking of some of the all-time greats, and I caught a little flack last time when I introduced him as a superstar, but he is indeed, he's going to be our host for this presser. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. DAZN.
Wow, weak at the knees after that from Michael Buffer. Thank you so much, Michael. Now, well, here we are, back in the home of big-time boxing, yet another groundbreaking event on Saturday night. At the highest level, boxing is built on rivalries. And normally we see these rivalries on fight night, between the fighters duking it out. But sometimes, the biggest rivalries, well, they run deepest outside the ring. For over 30 years, the names Warren and Hearn have been going at it, fighting in the boardroom, in the media, fighting for their names, fighting for their companies, but always fighting for the same thing, to win. And on Saturday night, this rivalry comes to a head. Both promoters have picked 5 of their very best fighters to get the ultimate win, the ultimate bragging rights. It will be Queensberry versus Matchroom. It will be Frank versus Eddie. It will be 5 versus 5. And there'll be a lot of pride, a lot of glory, and an awful lot of bragging rights on the line. Now, this is truly an event like no other. And if you're a sports fan right now, well, you know, forget winter, forget spring, forget summer, forget autumn. Your favourite season is Riyadh season. And this is a Riyadh season original. Now, this novel concept, there is actually a rule system in place for it. We haven't seen this before, but it's going to be must-view television on Saturday night. If a fighter wins by decision, they get 1 point. If a fighter wins by knockout, they get 2 points. If there is a draw, 0 points. We do not want any draws on Saturday night. Now, here's the kicker. There are 2 captains, and the captains get double points. So, Frank Warren has selected Hamza Sharaz, who you can see down there on the table. If he knocks out Austin Ammo Williams on Saturday, he gets 4 points. Eddie Hearn has selected Deontay Wilder. If he knocks out ZHILEI Big Bang Zhang, he gets 4 points, and he takes them back to Matchroom. It really will be must-watch on Saturday night. Now, this event is brought to you by Frank Warren for Queensberry Promotions and Eddie Hearn for Matchroom Boxing in conjunction with Riyadh Season, National Events Centre, the General Entertainment Authority, Gold Star Promotions and Seller. Now, before we speak to these top tables here, let's just take a moment to once again say thank you to those involved who are making these unbelievable events that are giving boxing fans absolutely everything right now. Let's thank them for making all of this happen. Firstly, we'd like to extend our heartfelt thanks to the custodian of the 2 holy mosques, King Salman bin Abdulaziz. And to His Royal Highness the Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman. And of course to His Excellency Chairman of GIA, Turki Al-Sheikh. And a big thank you to all of the teams of GIA, Riyadh Season and Seller as we continue to work together to deliver these historic nights in the kingdom. Okay, well, let's speak to the gaffers. Let's speak to the promoters, the 2 promoters who, up until a few months ago, hadn't uttered a single word to each other. Thankfully, they have now, and we've got this magnificent show. Frank, I'm going to start with you. 2 days away now. These are the 5 men that you've picked. This is the event for the ultimate bragging rights. Feeling good? Feeling confident?
I'm feeling great, and it's great to be in the world's capital of boxing, Riyadh, here in Saudi Arabia, with this Riyadh season special event. Again, we would also like to thank King Salman bin Al-Aziz. We also like to thank the Crown Prince, His Highness bin Salman, and the Chairman of the General Entertainment Authority, His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh. Also to Seller, Spencer Brown of Gold Star, and my fellow promoter, Eddie Hearn from Matchroom. It'll be live on DAZN globally and TNT Sports Box Office in the UK. So if you're not here, please watch it, because you're going to be entertained. And as Dev said, 5v5, our best 5 against Matchroom's best 5. This is going to be something of a really, really cracking fight card. Every fight in its own right is a main event. We worked very hard to get this to where it's at, and this has all been done really because of His Excellency, who got Eddie and I together, banged our heads together and said, right, come on you two guys, you've got all this going on, all this rivalry, let's settle it in the ring. You get your best 5, and Frank, you get your best 5, and we'll see who's the best. And that's why we're here for Saturday night. This is going to be extra, extra special. We've got a great team here, really good fighters, quality fighters. There's guys who are older, who are fighting for their careers. There's youngsters on the way up who are looking to impress and get onto an even bigger stage with some of the magnificent events that are taking part here in Riyadh. We've had some fabulous fights that we've been involved with since October. It just gets better and better and better. And as Eddie said earlier, we had the fight of the century, the heavyweight fight of the century on May the 18th, an epic battle. One of the best fights I've certainly been involved with, probably the biggest fight I've ever been involved with in my career as a promoter. And this now is probably the most competitive event that we've had, because every one of our guys are in a meaningful fight. So the beneficiaries will be the fans. This is a fans promotion. This is a fight fans dream. 50-50 fights, bragging rights for us, the promoters. We want to win it, they want to win it, we're going to win it.
Thank you very much, Frank. If we can get a bit of quiet out the back there, please. We do have a press conference going on. Let's bring in Eddie Hearn. Eddie, 48 hours away, everything on the line. I know how much you want to win. Looking over to your left, how confident do you feel?
Very confident. Thank you, Dev, and echo what Frank said. Thank you, of course, to so many people, particularly His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh. Everybody here, I think everybody tuning in on the stream knows the rivalry. If you don't, it probably goes back a little bit further than you even know. Probably from the age of 8 or 9, when my family entered the world of boxing, there were 2 forbidden words in our household. It was Frank Warren. I listened to my dad as I sat waiting for him to finish his work at night, arguing with Frank, arguing with Don King, arguing with Bob Arum. And it's amazing to find myself in this position, 15 years deep in promoting boxing, never uttered a word to this man. Quite unique. Probably detrimental to the sport, but at the same time, the competition was so fierce that we were both driven to create the best shows for UK boxing. Now, you have an event before you on Saturday night that is not just groundbreaking because of the rivalry and the narrative, but because of the concept, because of the format. The first time a team concept has existed. A running points total with the graphics throughout the broadcast telling you who's in front, who's going to come from behind, who gets double points. But more importantly like that, opportunity for our fighters to go on the biggest stage in boxing and show the world how special they are. We are, both of us, a family of winners. I cannot tell you the desperation for victory on Saturday night. I had a call from my dad this morning. The only thing he said was, we're going to win, son, aren't we? We can't let this guy win. And that's how we've been our whole career. That's how we've been for 3 decades. And whilst His Excellency has brought us together in an unbelievable fashion, and the relationship is good and the future is bright, Saturday, the rivalry is ignited like never before as we look to do a job on the 5 over there. And as I look down, Dev, in answer to your question, I sit here as someone that's very proud of 5 men that are ready to do battle on Saturday night in the most unique sport. Everyone taking part from both teams needs maximum respect for what they do. I look down the end, I see Craig Richards. Craig, we come a long way, mate. I'm very proud of you. So many ups and downs. I remember talking you into a fight for the British title against Frank Buglioni, 6 days' notice. Yeah. You came through, you boxed Dimitri Bivol, you lost 115 to 113. You could have won that fight that night. The fight with Joshua Buatsi. And this is your moment. This is your stage. I saw you on business class coming out here. I saw you in the big suites. This is what you're fighting for on Saturday night. Yeah. Time for you to deliver. The man to your right, Raymond Ford, the best 126-pounder in the world, no doubt. I saw him as the B-side on a top-ranked show. We went upstate New York and I saw him demolish one of the most feared fighters on the planet in Komatov to stop him with 12 seconds to go behind on the scorecards. You're about to see this man who walked into my office as a 19-year-old, head between his legs, change his life. Camden, New Jersey on the map. Watch how special he is. Ammo Williams. This man's been through some ups and downs. Ammo, I'm so proud of you. Everything you've been through to this point takes you to this moment. Everything, the pain that you've suffered in the past will all come out on Saturday night. They call him Thomas the Hitman Hearns over there. Well, my God, you are marvellous Marvin Hagler on Saturday night. You take this guy to pieces. Philip, many fights with you. I've lost count of the amount of people that have told me this may be the best heavyweight in the world. We've heard it before. Your time has come. The time to show everybody how special you are against Daniel Dubois. We know the stories. We've had the spies in the camp. You know exactly what to do. And Deontay, we haven't always got on. But I admire you, I respect you. And as they say, setbacks pave the ways for comebacks. You are one dangerous, dangerous man. And when you destroy this man to my right, ZHILEI Zhang, on Saturday, the whole world is going to take notice that you are back. So you five, you take this by the scruff of the neck, you take it to this lot, and you fight with all your heart, you chase your dreams, and on Saturday night we shall be victorious without any question. Over to you, Dev. You lot are getting absolutely spanked.
In your dreams. In your dreams. Look at these fighters up there here on this table. Willie Hutchinson, the most decorated amateur boxer from Scotland. Yeah? Willie Hutchinson. And he is going to seize this moment with both hands. This is a big fight for him. He's going to prove what he's all about. When he signed with us at the very beginning, for me, I thought he was going to be one of our top guys. He's going to prove it to me on Saturday. He's here to fight. He's lost one fight. He's 17-1. He's in with a good fighter. But you know what? So Craig in with a good fighter. He's in with an exceptional fighter. Nick Ball, he should be sitting here as the champion of the world, holding one of those belts. He beat Vargas, the best featherweight in the world. He beat him and he was robbed. This should be a unification match. And he's in with a very good fighter in Ford. Don't get me wrong in that, but I'll tell you what, he's going to know that he's got a fight on when he gets in that ring with Nick Ball. The wrecking machine. He's got Duracell batteries. Full of them he is. I've never seen a guy with so much energy in the ring. He does not stop. You will know you've been in a fight, I promise you. Hamza Sharaz. Well, ammo, you better have a lot of ammo, I'm telling you, because he is the business. He can punch, he can box. Every fight he's had, he's stepped up every time. Every level steps up. This is a big step up for him. This is also a final eliminator for the world title, so there's a lot at stake here. 2 undefeated fighters. Our captain's in there. He's captain for a reason, because he's going to get those extra points. Daniel Dubois, up until May the 18th, gave Usyk his toughest fight as a heavyweight. There's no doubt about that. And hurt him. He's got the bit between his teeth. He had a great win last time out. You all see it here. It was here in Riyadh. And gritted his teeth and came through and showed that any moment in a fight, he has the punch power to stop a man. And when he gets a man in trouble, you are banging trouble. So, Philip, you better be at your best, because I know he's at his best. And then the Big Bang. The Big Bang's in with the captain. Big Bang Zhang. You know, these two guys, they're at a crossroads, both of them. Neither of them can afford to lose. They cannot afford to lose this fight. They're both coming off of losses. The winner goes on, the loser, I don't know where he goes. So that again is a great fight, and we are up for this in a big way. My guys are up for it. Are we up for it, fellas?
Sure am.
Are we going to win this? Well, let's have a bit of enthusiasm.
Don't sound too confident, Frank, to be fair. I don't know.
We're going to win this. This is ours, Queensberry.
Looking like a lot of competition winners down there.
Trying to get them energy.
in the tracksuits.
We are competition winners. We win all our competitions.
Okay, thank you, Frank. Thank you, Eddie, as well. Brilliant battle cries there. We'll bring you in for each fight as well to kind of state your case as to why your man wins.
I've got to go and lay down now. You can't keep bringing me in.
Let's speak about the WBC Silver Light Heavyweight Championship that was on the line between Willie Hutchinson and Craig Richards. For those of you who have followed the promo, this is the chef versus the keeper. Bit of needle in this fight as well. It has sparked a little bit. I'm going to start with Craig Richards. I've been watching a few of your interviews and you've made it pretty clear you intend to punch Willie Hutchinson's head in. Tell us a little bit about the mindset heading into this and how motivated you are to get those points for Team Matchroom.
Yeah, first of all, just thank you, Eddie and Frank Smith, for putting me on this. For them to believe in me because they know I'm going to go get them points. I'm very confident. I'm going to deliver on Saturday night. This big platform, and I don't want to disappoint, number one, Eddie and Frank, and two, I don't disappoint myself. My career goes on. I'm chasing them world titles, and I have to go through Willie to go and get them. So I'm going to get him out of there Saturday night and push on.
Do you feel like he's just not on your level? Is that what this is about? You've competed at a very high level. Tell us.
Well, do you know what? I don't think he's on my level, number one, but two, it's not even about that. I'm just focused on my own journey. I work very, very hard in the gym. I don't think no one works harder than me. I'm diligent. I'm always learning and always improving. I think I've boxed at the top level a couple of years ago and just come short, and I've improved dramatically since then. So I believe I'm one of the best fighters in the world currently now.
Well, let's bring in Willie Hutchinson here. Willie, big step up for you. Tell us why you're ready for this step up and tell us your intentions on Saturday night.
Listen, I'm very, very happy and grateful to even be sat up here with a bunch of people that's up here. I think it's unbelievable. For what I've been through a bit in my life, the ups and downs as well, and even just to where I'm at now, to get where I've got now was beyond belief. All my prayers is coming true. And again, my prayer is going to come true on Saturday night once I knock out Craig Richards in front of absolutely everybody in the stadium. I think he's a good boxer and everything, but he's not good enough for me. I think I'm going to lay him out and sleep him on Saturday night.
Craig,
I'm coming for them points. I'm coming for them points plus extra points, however many points. I'll be coming for there, whatever there is there.
Make prizes.
That's what the beauty of boxing we'll see Saturday night.
He's 35-year-old. He's had his time. He's fought big good men 3 years ago. All the best. You've done very well for yourself. After this fight, you can pack up and leave it where it is. And leave it to the young man. I'm ready to take over.
Willie, you've said a few times you're going to knock him out, you're going to render him unconscious. Obviously, he's been in with Dimitri Bivol, Boatsi can punch a bit as well. Yeah. What is it that you've got that those guys haven't that you can do this job on Saturday?
Absolutely nothing.
Dev, I'm going to leave it on Saturday night. And then once what's done, then you'll understand what I'm talking about. I can see Eddie looking over at me with them eyes. And he's eyeballing me a little bit. He's a bit, I don't know. We're going to see Saturday night. I'm ready to rock and roll.
Eddie, state your case for your fighter.
Listen, I rate Willie Hutchinson. I think he's a great fighter. I just think Craig is getting better and better and better. He's been thrown in the deep end well before his time because he didn't have the blessing of this amateur pedigree, these Olympic medals. He had to come up the hard way. When he got, we boxed on the road against Shakan Pitters. He was supposed to get beat that night away from home as a Channel 5 fighter. Absolutely destroyed him. He came back. He boxed Dimitri Bivol well before his time. Run him close. And again, I just feel like under Shane McGuigan now, he's punching so hard. This fight isn't going the distance. I really believe that. And, Willie Hutchinson's going to have to show things he's never shown in his career before because he's never boxed at this level. We know he's suffered a defeat before at a level well below Craig Richards. I believe he's a better fighter than that, but he's going to need to be because Craig Richards is prepared. He's a professional. He's getting better and better. He's punching very, very hard. And this is going to kick off the 5v5 in style for Matchroom. And I believe 2 points in the bag for Craig Richards.
100. Come on. Easy work.
Frank, no doubt you believe it will be points for Queensberry. State your case for Willie Hutchinson, the Hutch train on Saturday.
My case for Willie is really simple. First of all, Craig is a very good fighter. There's no doubt about it. All the things that have been said about him, I agree, up to the point about who's going to be the winner. But Willie will be seen as an exceptional fighter. He's going to produce the goods. All what we think about him, all the thoughts I've had about him as a fighter from day one, They're all going to be shown on Saturday night. It's up to him to do it. I know he can do it. He knows he can do it. He's got the equipment to do it. He's got the boxing brain. He's got the power. This is, for us, 2 points in our bag.
Thank you very much, Frank. Just quickly, Willie, have you got a message for Craig?
Listen, let's just weigh in tomorrow, get a nice bit of food into our bellies, and let's have a proper fight on Saturday night. And everyone, look out for fireworks, because Craig Rich is getting put to sleep.
And you're right of reply, Craig. Just your final message to Willie.
I'll punch a lot harder than Lennox Clark. Saturday night, you'll find out.
Thank you very much. Fantastic fight. Willie Hutchinson, Craig Richards, one of the 5 versus 5 on Saturday. Let's move to the WBA World Featherweight Championship. On the line between the champion Ray Ford and the challenger Nick Ball. Again, for those who have been following the promo, this is the jeweller against the butcher. And let's start with the butcher, the challenger on Saturday night. Nick Ball, I think everyone in here probably agrees that you should be sat there with the WBC World Featherweight title. It wasn't to be that night, but you've got a real opportunity now and a man in front of you who's just become champion. Very good fighter. Tell us what you're thinking.
Yeah, that's it, innit? Another massive opportunity. Thanks to His Excellency for having me back on, and Frank for getting me the opportunity. Happy to be back here and looking forward to it.
And do you think we'll need the judges this time? Is that the intention, to completely take it out of their hands?
That's always the intention, yeah, but this is more fuel to the fire, yeah, and we're all fired up, ready to go, so who knows, see what Saturday night brings.
Stylistically, how do you see this one playing out when the first bell rings?
However I come out and want it to go, yeah. Yeah, we'll just have to wait and see.
Well, let's bring in the champion, Ray Ford. Ray, first defence of your world title. You won it in such dramatic fashion, but a tough first defence for you on Saturday night. Tell us how you're feeling about this fight.
I'm going to beat him the fuck up. Point blank, period. I ain't even going to play with him. Young man, his coach, they acting tough all week, walking around like they going to do something. They not even like that, and I'm going to show that.
Let me ask you this, Ray. I saw an interview with you where you talked about how people who think I'm going to be moving about and keeping away, they've got another thing coming on Saturday night. Are you planning on standing and trading in the pocket with Nick Ball?
Whatever I feel like I'm going to do, in the moment, I can do whatever I want for real. Like, if he get in there, act crazy, and act like he want to trade, I don't even think he's going to be able to trade with me, to be honest. But if it go like that, I'm going to win whatever battle he want to go. If he want to box, I'm going to win that battle. If he want bang, I'm going to win that battle. It don't matter.
Nick, your response to that?
I haven't got one.
He said that... Go on.
He said what? He got what?
He said he's got no response to you, Ray.
All right.
Same as Saturday night. No response.
Yeah.
Well, let's bring you in here, Eddie. State the case for your man, clearly
listen,
fired up.
You've seen the promos. I'm a Nick Ball fan. Frankie's right. He should be the WBC World Champion. Speak to some of the most knowledgeable people in the sport. Ask Shakur Stevenson. Ask Devin Haney. Ask all these guys about Ray Ford. You are about to witness one of the most special fighters on the planet on Saturday night. I swear, you will watch this kid and you will put him on a level with all the guys that I just said. Komatov was a fight, this big monster from Uzbekistan that was supposed to come and walk Ray Ford down. He mixed it up, he stood, he traded with him, he warred with him, he probably shouldn't. He probably boxed the fight that he shouldn't have fought. He still did it and he stopped him. And on Saturday night, like I said, I do rate Nick Ball, but you are about to watch an absolute masterclass from this man. He's going to break him down. I believe he'll stop him in the fight. He's got unbelievable confidence. His pulse don't go above 23. He's ice cold. And this is going to put him on the map as a superstar in the sport.
Thank you, Eddie. Frank, Nick Ball very much going to let his fist do the talking, it looks like, on Saturday, as he always does. What is your case for Nick Ball to win on Saturday?
Well, in his last fight, he won that fight. I think we all agree on that. And he beat the guy who everybody made the best featherweight in the world. Okay. So that's my case for him. He's the best featherweight in the world. And we will see on Saturday night. I've got every confidence in him, his ability, his will to win, his desire, his work rate. No fighter in boxing has a work rate like he does. And you'll see on Saturday night a new champion. and another couple of points for us.
Thank you, Frank. These points are really stacking up now, actually on both sides. I don't think we can get that final score that these guys are suggesting. That's Ray Ford and Nick Ball, WBA World Featherweight Championship on Saturday. Let's now move to the middleweight division. WBC Silver title on the line and a final eliminator for the WBC World Middleweight Championships. It's Hamza Sharaz versus Amo Williams, and Hamza, of course, is the captain of Queensberry. I'm going to start with Amo Williams here. Amo, I watched your interview after the workout with Olivia yesterday. You looked very fired up. You looked absolutely ready to go and really destroy the Queensberry captain. That's sort of the mindset that I could see. Tell us what you were thinking.
It's really no thinking at this point. You know, it's just everything you witness from me is totally my energy. It's me. It's 100%. It's no second thought. It's no curation. It's just me.
I've heard you talk about cracks in the foundations of Hamza Sharaz, and that when you did that face-off, you saw things in there. Tell us a little bit about what you saw.
Well, as a fighter, we could just tell who's really born for this and who's not. And I just feel like he's not really truly born for this. I think he's been maneuvered right. He got picked up out of the amateurs. Frank did a great job with him, making his career look the way it does. And that's one reason why I called him out back in September. Eddie knows I've been coming after Hamza because the aesthetic of things would look really good for me. So now I'm just ready to show who I am. I'm really evolving. I went through a state of metamorphosis to become something a lot more dangerous than what you've ever seen before. And on Saturday night, it'll be on full display.
Okay, well, let's bring in Hamza Sharaz. Hamza, you are the captain. You are fighting a man who has just said he's been through a stage of metamorphosis. This is a dangerous fighter in front of you on Saturday. Tell us how you're feeling about this one.
First of all, I'd just like to thank the Almighty Allah for allowing us to be here today. I'd like to thank Frank Warren, Eddie Hearn and ZHILEI, my team. I'd also like to express my gratitude for the people of Riyadh. You've been extremely hospitable, and I felt extremely welcome here, so thank you very much. And I'm just locked in for Saturday night, Dev. I'm locked in, ready to go, done what I need to do, and that's it. Everything I've needed to say, I said to Amo's face and that face-off, and that's what it is. It's fight night's 48 hours away, and I'm ready.
Let me ask you this, Hamza. We did a quick interview yesterday on the it was the workout, and you said sometimes there comes a fight where you have to put a beating on a man, and that is your intention on Saturday night. Tell us more about that.
Yeah, exactly. That's my mentality going into a fight like this. I understand the assignment I've got in front of me. We haven't took it lightly. We know what we've got to do. But like I said, a fight of this magnitude, with the history that it's got between the promoters and whatnot, that's the only thing I should have in my mind, to put a pure beating on my opponent.
And Amo, let me bring you back in here, and feel free to interject if you hear anything you don't like from Hamza. I've heard you say that Frank Warren has made a mistake selecting him as captain, and after about 2 minutes in the first round, he will know about it. What are we expecting to see after about 2 minutes in the first round?
A full-blown war. Something I know that Hamza he's never been through anything like what he's going to go through Saturday night. It's going to be a mental fortitude that he's going to have to stir up, ask himself questions. You guys will see. You guys will totally see. I can't talk about it anymore. I'm just totally ready to show it.
Hamza, let me bring you back in here. What do you think of Austin Williams' tail?
No comment.
I wasn't sure there would be. Let me ask you this. So you are the Queensberry captain. You have that blue and yellow running through your veins. How much does it mean to be given that, either a pressure or a privilege, on Saturday? How much does it mean to you?
It's a massive honour, Dev. It's a massive honour. It just shows how much faith and trust Frank has in me. And I think the only way to pay him back would be to get them extra 4 points, inshallah.
And Amo, does Hamza's power concern you? He's knocked out 13 in a row.
I invite power, I invite skills, I invite it all. I want to see it, I want to feel it, I'm hungry for it. I'm not running from anything, I'm standing straight to it. And you guys will see what it's like when someone's spirit is meant for this. You will see it. Trust me. Don't miss it. Live on DAZN June 1st.
And do you have a message for Hamza Sharaz?
I already gave him my message. As he said before, we sat face to face. I looked him dead in his eye. I seen his soul. I know what he's all about. And it's Saturday. I'll exploit a lot of different things that you guys don't know about him.
Okay, any response to that, Hamza? He's going to expose things we don't know about you.
No response to him, but make sure everyone tunes in Saturday night. Expect a great fight.
All right, let's get the promoters in here. Eddie, you've got a fired up Ammo Williams who's made it very clear what his intentions are. How does he get it done on Saturday?
Oh, he's a nightmare for Hamza Sharaz. I mean, I'll be honest, you know, as I said before, I really like Hamza. He's a gentleman. But Ammo Williams is a nightmare. He's a nightmare because he's unpredictable. He's so tough. Mentally, he's on another level right now. He punches so hard. And Hamza's a perfectionist. You see him walking around with the lovely suits, and he's got this beautiful bust with his name on it. Everything's got to be perfect. It's not going to be perfect on Saturday night. You're not going to be able to set your feet and throw the perfect shots at the perfect time. This guy's going to be buzzing around you. He's going to be ripping you to the body. He's going to be letting his hands fly at speed. And we're going to find out a lot about Hamza Sharaz on Saturday. I don't want to be disrespectful, but now's the time we find out if this kid's for real. Because we've seen the nice jab, we've seen the nice straight right hand. What's it like in the trenches? And I promise you, Ammo Williams will take you to the trenches. And I know if there's someone I want in the trenches with me, it's Ammo Williams. And I know he's the captain, and I know he's the golden boy of Queensberry, but I have absolute faith in Ammo Williams. And if we can win this fight and take away the captain's points, we can sit back and just enjoy Filip Hrgovic and Deontay Wilder doing the business. It could be a wrap after fight 3.
Thank you, Eddie. Frank, Hamza is your captain. He is your man. Eddie described him as your golden boy as well. Trusting him to come away with the big win?
That's why he's the captain. That's the faith I've got in him. I know his ability. He's one of the best young prospects. Not prospects, he's probably one of the best young fighters in the world at the moment. Everything he's done it properly. He's a consummate professional. And Ammo will find that out. He'll find out about the preparation he's put into this fight. He'll find out about his power, his boxing ability, his ranginess. He's got a fantastic jab. For me, probably one of the best jabs out there. And we are going to see something special yet again in this fight on Saturday. And I really would not have made him captain if I didn't feel he was capable of doing the job for those extra points.
Thank you, Frank. Fantastic fight. Middleweight Division 2, unbeaten middleweights. Let's move to the heavies. Let's talk about Daniel Dubois against Filip Hrgovic, final eliminator for the IBF World Heavyweight Championship. If you're following the promo, this is the suit versus the taxi driver. And Daniel Dubois, I'm going to start with you. You asked for this fight. You put out that video. You called out Filip Hrgovic. You told him you're the daddy and you wanted to fight him. Now it's 48 hours away. How are you feeling about this fight?
I'm good. I'm ready. I'm ready to fight. He's here to fight me. You know, I can't take no more easy steps, no more bums. This is the level I need to be at, and I'm ready for it.
It's a big fight. It's a dangerous fight, Daniel. What do you know about Filip Hrgovic, and what are you expecting from him on Saturday?
You know what? We have a bit of history in sparring and whatever, but that was 7 years ago. I'm here for this, you know, the fight on Saturday, and I'm going to knock him out on Saturday.
He said that he destroyed you in sparring. Does it annoy you when you hear things like that?
No, not at all. I'm ready for him, you know. I'm ready for him.
Well, let's bring in El Animal. Filip, not a lot of people call you out, but Daniel Dubois did call you out. He wants you on Saturday night, and he says he's going to knock you out. Tell us how you're feeling about this fight.
Hi everyone, I feel great. I'm glad that he called me out and that he wants to fight me. I was calling for top heavyweights and big names for last few years, and it's really good fight for me. And he's good name, he's a good boxer, and I can't wait for Saturday.
I've heard you refer to the man as a baby, and you've said that he is not mature enough to beat someone like me. Tell us more about that.
Yeah, I think I have, I think it's the fact that I have much more experience. I had long amateur career, and I gone through more than him. So I think even maybe he has more professional fights, but I have much more experience, and I think I take him to school.
Okay, any response to that, Daniel?
No, I'm just ready to fight. Move on.
I will indeed. Thank you very much, Daniel Dubois. Filip Hrgovic, do you want me to move on as well? Presumably you do. I'll move on. Thank you, Filip Hrgovic. Thank you, Daniel Dubois. I think we heard both of your cases at the start, gents, so fantastic heavyweight fight. Let's move on to Deontay Wilder against Zhang. Just one of those tremendous fights that probably couldn't happen without the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. And I'm going to start with Deontay. You said that the Bronze Bomber is back. That's the question that everyone's been asking. Is he back? Tell us how confident you are that on Saturday night you can be that Deontay Wilder again.
I'm very confident in what I've been stating. You know, I'm very happy to be here in Riyadh. This is a beautiful card. I'm very excited to be working alongside Eddie. Like he said, we haven't had the best of relationships in the past, but the thing about time brings about changes, and I love being a part of changes. At this moment in time, we're like a warrior drum. We're one beat with one sound. And I love all on this left side, you can feel the energy that we're not playing no games. We come to win and we come to knock them out. This 5-on-5, we're going on a 5-man sweep. And I'm looking forward to Saturday night.
We heard from Hamza Sharaz earlier, the Queensberry captain. He spoke very passionately about how Queensberry picked him up, how Frank picked him up. How much do you want to show for Matchroom? You are their captain, you are repping them for the first time, actually. Tell us how you're feeling about being their captain.
I'm feeling great about being the captain. You know, Eddie could have chosen any one of these great guys to my left to become the captain, but he chose me, and it's a great responsibility. It's a responsibility that I accepted with open arms, and I'm looking forward to proving that I still got what it takes. I still got the juice, and I'm gonna deliver come Saturday night. I can't wait. I'm gonna be like Ali listed. I'm gonna stand over his body like 65, like Ali did listed in 65. So I'm looking forward to the fight. I can't wait. This has been an absolute pleasure coming back here again, and I must deliver. It's do or die, you know, and y'all already know how I feel as a warrior. I'm a warrior. I got a warrior mentality. I got a warrior mindset. I got a warrior heart. And I'll die for what I believe in. I'm willing to die in the ring for what I believe in. And if a man ain't willing to step in there and die like me, he better step out of that bitch, because I'm ready.
Okay, let's bring in Big Bang ZHILEI Zhang. I understand Kurt has been translating for you everything that Deontay Wilder has said here tonight. Deontay said he wants to stand over you after he knocks you out on Saturday. How do you feel about that, ZHILEI?
他说他击倒你之后会从你的身上跨过去。Okay, come on.
Please don't. What are his weaknesses? What have you seen from Deontay Wilder that you can capitalise on?
觉得他的弱点在哪里？
他的弱点老旧，然后他是个战斗机，轰炸机，但是这个轰炸机已经没有子弹，已经起飞不起来了，因为他遇见一颗炸弹。
He's a veteran, and he's the bronze bomber for a reason. But I think the bomber is out of ammo now, because he's fighting Big Bang right now.
And he is Eddie Hearn's captain. Eddie Hearn has trusted him to, I guess, pick up 4 points. How do you feel about Eddie Hearn selecting him as a captain? Has he made a mistake?
Eddie 信任他，把他选成队长，赢了之后就4分。你觉得他这种选择你怎么看？
他这个选择是错误的，因为他在讨好 DEONTAY，因为他想从他身上拿到铁管合同。
Like I said the other day, I think he made a mistake. I think he chose him as a captain to kiss his ass in order to get a promotional contract.
Is it true, Eddie?
No, I'd love to sign Deontay Wilder. I think he's probably one of the most exciting fighters in the world, one of the best heavyweights in the world. But so is ZHILEI Zhang. I've got to say, that war cry from Deontay Wilder is the reason that I made him captain. You know, as great as these men are to my left, this guy is one of the most feared fighters in the world. And sometimes everybody writes someone off after a defeat, but it's the greats that come back. And when I look into his eyes, I see the same dangerous man that for years I had to try and dampen the flames, right? Because he wasn't our guy. I had to try and tell everyone that really this guy was overrated. He wasn't the real deal. And every time I see him render his opponent unconscious, unconscious, unconscious. But now I get to be in his corner and I get to see him explode on Saturday night. It's an honour to be representing Deontay Wilder for one night only, and hopefully, as ZHILEI Zhang said, the future does lead to a promotional contract, but all that matters is Saturday night, and I believe you are going to see one of the most brutal knockouts you've seen in the heavyweight division on Saturday night, and this man will establish himself and announce himself once more as the most dangerous puncher in the heavyweight division.
Thank you, Eddie. Well, we've heard the war cry from Deontay, we've heard from Eddie Hearn as well, we've heard from Big Bang. Frank, state the case for your man on Saturday night to get the job done.
He's Big Bang, and he's Big Bang for a reason. You know, he's a big puncher. His last fight, I think he could have been a bit more fitter, and he gassed a little bit at the end. There was nothing in that fight against Joe Parker. He was in front, he had him on the floor twice. Joe did well. But this is a crossroads fight for both of them. You know, last time out, Deontay, he didn't look like the Deontay Wilder of the old. We'll see now what he's got left in the tank. Has he got anything left in the tank? Both these guys' career is on the line. These guys, the winner's going to go on, the loser is going to have a real job to get back into the top mix again. And it's as simple as that. This is a career-defining fight, and I think that Big Bang has the tools to produce the Big Bang on the night.
Thank you, Frank. One more from the promoters. Eddie, just got a question for you. If you are coming away with victory, what sort of winner are you going to be? Are you going to be magnanimous? Are you going to be humble in victory? What sort of winner will you be?
Don't be daft, Dev. It's going to be pure gloatation on the fly home. It's going to be painful for Queensberry for the foreseeable future. But as much as this is Queensberry versus Matchroom, this is also a moment for these 5 men to just take huge leaps in their career. And the one thing that is the most pleasing part of my job is to see people change their life, achieve, chase legacy, look after their family, create generational opportunities for their children. And all of these 5 have the opportunity to do it on Saturday night. And I'm so excited to be a part of this format. You know, we will shake hands before and we'll shake hands after. But it's going to be a painful flight home for someone come Sunday.
Final response from you, Frank. What sort of winner would you be? And you don't want any painful flights home, do you?
I'll be an unbearable loser. Unbearable winner as well. Look, this is a great concept. We thank His Excellency for helping making this happen here in Riyadh. You know, I keep banging on about it. The capital of the world's boxing. This is a great format. We've got a great team, and these guys, it's in their hands to change their life, to change their futures, secure their families' futures. And they're all capable of doing it. This is an exciting concept. And Eddie's lucky. You know, he's got Philip on his team. He's very lucky because it's going to be taxi for Matchroom on the night.
You've been waiting for that one, haven't you?
Thank you, Frank. Thank you, Eddie. Thank you to all the fighters up here. Best of luck to all fighters involved. We're going to get face-offs down the front here. Saturday night, it's 5 versus 5, and it's live. Do not miss it. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, an additional piece of information here. the winning team, will get the Riyadh season prize of $3 million. So really, really high stakes on Saturday night here in Riyadh for the 5 versus 5. $3 million.
Wow. $3 million split between 5. My maths ain't great, but I think that's $600,000 extra on top of their purses. It's not a bad night's work, is it?
I'm dusting the gloves off.
Look at these two. This is the one I think we expected this stare down to be a bit heated. Look, it's been heated all week between these two. And I think this heat will carry over, Barry, to fight night.
No, I think it most definitely will. I think Hutchinson's doing the right thing here, just trying to unsettle there Richardson. Richardson's the more experienced fighter, but he's going to try to show him his business. He's not intimidated by his reputation, and he believes that he has the ability to put off what I feel is quite a big upset.
I think it's going to be a fiery fight this early. For as long as this lasts, I think it's going to be fireworks. I do think we're going to see Craig up the tempo. Willie's going to start fast, natural counter-puncher, but likes to do that from the front foot. It's a brilliant, brilliant contest.
Well, obviously, all the fighters are coming to win. But what does an extra 600,000 bonus do to you? Does it give you the extra 1 or 5%? Does it do anything?
It does, but it encompasses that team event, doesn't it? Because, you know,
you only get it if the team wins.
That's right. So you are invested in the other fights all of a sudden, and I think that will help them in the changing room. I think it'd be a fantastic, a unique atmosphere that they've only experienced when they were amateurs.
This one as well. I knew this face-off was going to be fiery. I just love this as a fight, man. This fight is incredible. Nick Ball, Raymond Ford, 50-50 scrap. WBA featherweight title on the line as well.
Men of few words, but very, very confident. This is a real pick-em fight. Both no nonsense, both bad men that want to prove they're the best out of the two.
The promoters both smiling as well. Both promoters think they've got the winner here.
There's no play in Nick Ball, is there? No play in him at all.
No play in Raymond Ford either.
It's going to be, he wants to close the gap. Raymond Ford, I think, is a really good master of creating that distance. He has a fantastic jab. If he can keep the space, Ball's in trouble. If he can't, he's in real trouble.
Love it. Little style clash as well, as Barry just said there. 2 completely different styles. Which style will come through on Saturday night? 2 more sleeps. This one is an intrigue. Look, they're all intriguing, but this is, I think, such a hard fight to call this one. 2 guys on the cusp of world title fights. They're like, okay, let's put that to the side. Let's fight each other. And I like it because whoever wins this one is world level, is ready for that next step.
Yeah, I mean, the pot of gold for the winner here is huge. And I like what Eddie said about, what it does, it shows you the importance of trying to nullify the captain's points there, the double points. Saying once we get the win, Ammo wins. That's a double pointer out the way. They can sit back and relax. But look at the eyes. Look at the concentration, the fight, the fire. No nonsense.
I'm glad Ammo's been very respectful and calm and really articulate throughout. But that's what we want to see, because that's what he needs to. I think this fight, someone makes a mistake. I think, and then someone gets chinned. That's what happens here. At the end of the day, it's going to be about will.
So relaxed and cool. Ammo fired up.
See, they mentioned Tommy Hills, Marvin Hagler. Obviously, this song was Hagler's sort of tune, wasn't it?
Ammo almost wants to do a little head-to-head there, doesn't he? Holding back, not yet, not yet. Save it till fight night, Ammo.
Fired up.
That's 2 fighters really comfortable in their ability, their temperament. They know how good they are, and they know they're on the cusp of great things.
Come on, Bounces, get in the way. Don't let this one spill over. Again, 2 unbeaten fighters as well, both of them so far magnificent in what they've done. Both have been tested, both have come through tests. And I think they found out a bit about themselves in those tests.
That's a really good point, Andy, because they've looked fantastic. They've also looked vulnerable in time, but I think that's made them, both of them, much better, more rounded fighters.
Listen to me. All right, now we move to the big boys. Up first, Daniel Dubois versus the unbeaten Philip Hrgovic. Again, the carrot being dangled in front of these two right now is a chance to go to Wembley Stadium and fight AJ. That's what's in front of them.
I mentioned pot of gold in the last one. This one,
it's a pot of platinum.
This is part of platinum. I mean, it really is. You know, they've got a chance to fight AJ. I mean, this fight is massive. Two giants in there, just going to let everything go.
I was talking to Don Charles, obviously the trainer of Daniel Dubois, and him and his team, they all think that Hrgovic thinks this is a given.
Yeah.
And they think he's walking around really arrogant and we're going to put it on him. So I think we're going to see a really aggressive Daniel Dubois on Saturday night.
I do love Hrgovic. He's got that perfect blend of arrogance and confidence.
And you need that as a fighter, the perfect combination.
And here we go, our two fighters in the main event, two giants of boxing. Zhang coming off that loss to Joseph Parker last time out when he had the fight in his hands, had it under control after sort of 7 or 8 rounds, and then it just unraveled. And Guarda, who didn't look himself at all against Joseph Parker, can he, I guess the question is, rewind the clock?
I think you would tend to say no, because history would tell you once you lose that fire, very hard to get it back. But he doesn't need to be aggressive. He needs to punch from range, punch with speed. Zhang is a very, very technically good fighter.
What was I thinking, saying this might go points?
Oh yeah.
Right, let me say, I'm going to scrap that. This is going to be absolute carnage from the first bell to whenever it finishes. Someone's getting flattened.
Andy texts me in his pocket. What's he on about?
What's he talking about? Get him off the broadcast. By the way, can we just reference the Karate Kid song in the background, please? This is fantastic.
Nostalgia.
It really is.
What if it comes down to this fight? Not just winning that, the money. These guys got plenty of money, but the others probably need the money. Are they going to be as motivated to get that extra 600 grand? I think they will. And also the pressure of being the champion, the captain, of course, for Deontay Wilder.
Live this Saturday worldwide from the Kingdom Arena in Riyadh, Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. It's Matchroom 5 versus Queensberry 5 for the Riyadh season prize of $3 million.
I think we should petition to get a broadcaster prize. Us versus the other broadcaster. Who wins? No, I don't want 600 grand. You don't want that. Just a little something, a little extra gold as well for us. That was fantastic. Those little stare downs there were great. Everyone kind of made you feel like, I don't know, I'm changing sides all the time.
Mean.
You've gone 5-3, 4-4. I don't know.
Mean, confidence, excitement, passion, confidence. I mean, everything. There's so much in these fighters. They're raring to go.
You've got 8 fighters in ascendance, and then 2 fighters at the top of the bill with Zhang and Wilder, with a point to prove for the first time in their careers, I feel. So, I think that's what makes it so intriguing. Every fight is so difficult to pick.
Yep. 2 more sleeps left, just 2 more. Tomorrow we make it official with the weigh-ins as well. Fingers crossed every single fighter comes through and makes weight. And again, the additional bonus of Dimitri Bivol versus Malik Zinad. You see the QR code on the screen. Scan it, be a part of something different, a part of something special, and we will see you tomorrow to make it official.
Queensberry better than Matchroom. You are having a laugh, Frankie, baby.
You've been running your mouth off far too long.
This is it.
Be ready.
This is the moment.
There's going to be a war.
You're going to find out who the governor is.
I'm bringing 5 of my best. You bring 5 of yours.
June 1st on DAZN.
5v5.
Pack your bags. We're off to Riyadh.
Let's go.
No prisoners.
Bang. Daniel Dubois, you are getting smashed.
Mechanical destruction.
Left hook, right hand.
He's mental.
Power.
Power, speed, my speed, my IQ.
Tall, powerful, just everything, man.
What are his weaknesses?
Slow feet.
I think his big head.
My car.
I'm aiming for that the whole night.
Nick Boy, you too small.
Who's ready to dice and who's not?
Knocking your lights out.
Queensberry Promotions, you're gonna win.
We got to win it.
Matchroom all day, baby.
Only one result required. Victory.
That's all that matters to me.
Watch 5v5
live on DAZN.
Let's go. Bomb Squad!